Good morning, students. Now we are going to discuss properties of inverses of matrices. Properties of inverses of matrices. Theorem 1.4. Already we studied the three theorems. Okay. Now we are going to state and prove theorem number 4. If A is non-singular, then first one determinant A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant A, and second A transpose whole inverse is equal to A inverse whole transpose. Number 3, lambda A whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda A inverse, where lambda is a non-zero scalar. Okay, first we are going to prove one by one. Okay, first proof. Given that A is non-singular. What is A? A is non-singular. Then A is non-singular means what? Determinant A not equal to 0. Determinant A not equal to 0, then A inverse exists. Very good. By definition, A into A inverse is equal to A inverse into A is equal to IN, inverse property. We already known this. Okay, using the product of determinant. We taking determinant A inverse is equal to determinant IN is equal to determinant IN value is what? 1. Good. Product of determinant. So determinant A into determinant A inverse. Now we are going to find what? Determinant A inverse. Here is first proof. Determinant A inverse. So we are going to find determinant A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant A. Determinant A in left hand side goes to right hand side in denominator. To denominator. So determinant A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant A. This is our first proof. So first proof is finished. Here is first proof. It is finished. Okay. Now we are going to prove second proof. Second is what? A transpose whole inverse is equal to A inverse whole transpose. This is our second proof. Second statement we are going to prove it. Okay. From 1 we get A inverse whole transpose is equal to A inverse A whole transpose equal to IN transpose. Using the reversal law of transpose. So A inverse, listen, A inverse whole transpose. Reversal law, A inverse whole transpose into A transpose is equal to, here also reversal law, A transpose into A inverse whole transpose is equal to IN transpose. It is also we get IN. Hence A inverse whole transpose. This is like what? Here we assume A transpose, listen, AB is equal to, let A transpose may be A. We consider A transpose may be A inverse whole transpose may be B. So AB into BA is equal to I. Here inverse property. AB is equal to BA is equal to IN. Then A inverse equal to B. Hence A inverse. Here A inverse is what? A transpose. The whole inverse is equal to A inverse whole transpose. Finished our second proof. Now we are going to prove the third one. Third one where is lambda A whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda A inverse, where lambda is non-zero scalar. Now we are going to prove it. Proof since lambda is a non-zero scalar. This is given. From 1, first proof, A inverse is equal to A inverse A is equal to IN. We get lambda A. We multiplying lambda A into 1 by lambda whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda whole inverse into lambda A is equal to IN. Let we take from the given lambda A into 1 by lambda A whole inverse. We cancel this lambda, then we get A into A inverse equal to A inverse into A is equal to IN. So this is inverse property holds good. Now lambda A whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda into A inverse. Hence, it is the third proof. Okay, once again listen, lambda A whole inverse. Lambda A whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda A inverse. Now, we are taking lambda A. We take only lambda A into 1 by lambda A whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda A whole inverse into lambda A is equal to in. This is like this our inverse property. So lambda A whole inverse is equal to 1 by lambda A inverse. Hence the third proof. Now we are going to next theorem. Next theorem is what? Left cancellation law. Next theorem is left cancellation law. Listen the word left. Left cancellation law. Let A, B, C be square matrices of order n. Same order. Okay. Square matrices of order n. If A is non-singular and AB is equal to AC, then B is equal to C. We are going to take AB is equal to AC. We are going to take AB is equal to AC. Then we are going to prove B is equal to C. How do you understand it? We cancelling left side A. We cancelling left side A. We get B is equal to C. It is called left cancellation law. Okay? Okay. Now we are going to prove it. Since given is what? ABC, we have square matrices of order n, and if A is non-singular, this is given. Since A is non-singular, it means A inverse exists. We know. We already known this result. A is non-singular, A inverse is exist. Now inverse property is what? A inverse is equal to A inverse A is equal to In. We are going to take AB is equal to AC. This is our taken. AB is equal to AC. Here AB is equal to AC. Left cancellation law. AB is equal to AC. Pre-multiplying both sides by A inverse. Because we are going to cancelling left side. So we are multiplying the A inverse in left side. Okay. In AB left side we multiplying A inverse. Left side of AC we multiplying A inverse. Okay. So pre-multiplying both sides by A inverse. Now associative property. What is our associative property? A inverse AB will come A inverse B. Now A inverse AC, it will come A inverse C. This is associative property. Now A inverse is what? A inverse A, this is equal to I. Now inverse property. Okay. Now identity property, I into B is equal to I into C is equal to BC. So B is equal to C. Now listen, finished our proof. Once again I recall it. Listen here, since A is non-singular, A inverse is exist, then inverse property A inverse equal to A inverse A is equal to In. We are going to take AB is equal to AC. We are going to cancelling left side A. So we multiplying A inverse by left side. Okay. Now associative property, we are taking A inverse A into B, A inverse A into C. Next, inverse property A inverse A, it will come I, A inverse A, it will come I. Next, identity property I into B is equal to B, I into C is equal to C. Finished our fifth theorem. Okay, are you understand? Okay, finished. Next, we are going to prove sixth theorem, right cancellation law. Same way, same like this, left cancellation law, same property, but this is the word, listen the word right side, right cancellation law. Same statement, listen, A, B, C, we have square matrices of order n. If A is non-singular, then BA is equal to CA, then B is equal to C. Listen the left cancellation law. Here left cancellation law, AB is equal to AC. Now right cancellation law is what? BA is equal to CA. BA is equal to CA. Just we change the matrix A only. Okay, now we are going to cancel right side of the A. Right side of the A. So we multiplying A inverse. A inverse by we post multiplying by A inverse by right side. Okay. Now listen, since A is non-singular, A inverse is exist, inverse property A inverse equal to A inverse, A is equal to In, taking B is equal to given. What is given? Given what is B is equal to CA. We are taking B is equal to CA. Post multiplying both sides by A inverse, because this is right cancellation law. So right side of BA we multiplying A inverse. Right side of CA we multiplying A inverse. Now taking associative property. So B into A inverse is equal to C into A inverse. Now inverse property is what? B into In is equal to C into In. So identity property, listen, B is equal to C. Hence the right cancellation law is proved. Are you understand? Okay. Next we are going to reversal law for inverses. Reversal law. Listen, this reversal law we already studied in 10th standard for transposes. Reversal law for transposes in 10th standard we already studied. But here reversal law for inverses. Now we are going to prove it. Okay. Now statement is given. If A and B are non-singular matrices of the same order, then the product AB is also non-singular. A and B are non-singular, and also AB is also non-singular, and AB whole inverse equal to B inverse A inverse. In 10th standard, what's the reversal law for transpose? AB whole transpose is equal to B transpose A transpose. Here inverse, just we change transpose by inverse. Listen, AB whole transpose equal to B inverse A inverse. Okay, now we are going to prove. Listen, assume that A and B are non-singular matrices of same order. Non-singular matrices. So what? A determinant A not equal to 0, determinant B not equal to 0. So both A inverse and B inverse exist and they are of same order. Okay. This is, are you understand? Okay. The products AB. The product AB is also non-singular. This is given. Okay. AB and B inverse A inverse. Here A inverse B inverse exist. So we multiplying these two matrices B inverse A inverse can be found, and they are also of order n. Okay, using the product tool of determinants. Product tool. What is our product tool? Determinant AB. Now we are going to prove determinant AB not equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Determinant AB is equal to what? Product rule. We are applying product rule. Determinant A into determinant B. So determinant A not equal to 0. Determinant B not equal to 0. Product of two non-zero elements is not equal to 0. Hence AB is non-singular. Now we prove only AB is non-singular. Next we are going to prove, listen, AB and B inverse A inverse. We are going to multiplying these two matrices AB, B inverse, A inverse. We are applying associative property. Bracket change. A, B inverse into A inverse. So A, B inverse, inverse property. Result In into A inverse. Now identity property A into In is equal to A into A inverse. Now once again inverse property we get the answer A inverse equal to In. Are you understand ma? Listen, AB into B inverse A inverse. We taking associative property A into B inverse into A inverse. Okay, A is here, B inverse is equal to In. Now A inverse is here. Okay, next A into In, identity property, that is A inverse is here. Now A inverse, A inverse equal to In. Okay, this is equation number 1. Next we are changing. First we write B inverse A inverse. Next we write AB. Now we are going to multiplying these two matrices. Now once again listen, in our first equation what we do the same like this. Here also same the processing B inverse A inverse into AB. Now we are applying associative property B inverse into A inverse A into B. Now A inverse A is equal to In, here B inverse, here B. So B inverse into In is equal to what? B inverse into B. So B inverse into B is equal to In. So answer is, listen, AB into B inverse A inverse. Here B inverse A inverse into AB. Both are equal to In. This is our inverse property. So AB whole inverse equal to B inverse A inverse. This is our reversal law for inverse property. Okay. Okay, are you understand? Okay, very good. We are going to next theorem. Theorem number 8. Law of double inverse. Law of double inverse. This is the double inverse. We are in 10th standard double transpose. We already studied in 10th double transpose. What is the double transpose? A transpose the whole transpose. Are you remember A transpose? A transpose, the whole transpose equal to what? A, yes. This is our 10th standard sum. Now, here we are applying double law of double inverse. Okay, same way. Okay, A inverse, the whole inverse is equal to A. Now, assume that A is non-singular. Here, if A is non-singular, we assume it. A is non-singular. Non-singular means what? Determinant A not equal to 0 and A inverse exists. Okay. Determinant A inverse equal to 1 by determinant A. Here determinant A not equal to 0, so 1 by determinant A also not equal to 0. Hence A inverse is also non-singular. Given A is non-singular, now we prove A inverse is also non-singular. Okay. Next, A inverse property we write. A inverse property, A inverse is equal to A inverse A is equal to I. Now I am taking A inverse equal to I. Now A inverse the whole inverse is equal to also equal to I. Now A inverse the whole inverse into A inverse. This is what? Applying reversal law. Are you understand, ma'am? This is reversal law. A inverse the whole inverse into A inverse is equal to I. Reversal law of inverses. Next, A inverse the whole inverse. A inverse post multiplying by A. We are post multiplying because A inverse should be cancelled. A inverse into A. I into A. Now A inverse the whole inverse. A inverse into A. Inverse property. We get the answer I. Now I into A. This is equal to A. Okay. A inverse the whole inverse into I is equal to identity property. It will come A inverse the whole inverse equal to what's the answer? A. This is our question. Now we proved. Are you understand? Once again, I listen. First we taking A inverse. Inverse property, right? Inverse property. A inverse is equal to A inverse A is equal to I. First I take first and last. First what is where is first? A into A inverse is equal to I. Okay? Okay, finished. Next, we are multiplying by both sides by A. A inverse. First we reversal law applying A inverse the whole inverse into A inverse is equal to I. Now post multiplying by A. So A inverse the whole inverse into A inverse A is equal to I into A. A inverse A is equal to I. I into A is equal to A. So A inverse the whole inverse into I is equal to A inverse the whole inverse equal to A. Now the answer is proved. Theorem is proved. Okay. Now listen. We are discussing now theorem 1.4 from 1.4 to 1.8. Okay. Are you understand? Okay. Listen. Next class we are going to solve some problems. Already today I will give some problems. You must do it. Okay. Every day you do some homeworks. Okay. Every day you will do some homeworks. You should understand. Okay. Thank you.